All right, let's go.
We're back.
Back. All right. Still episode 1,
Yeah,
I suppose. Episode 1, part 2.
part two.
Part 2. So
yeah.
for anybody who hasn't seen part 1, we'll link it in description
Yeah,
at the top.
absolutely.
So,
And the first part was like growing up in Sweden and all the weird
all the mishaps
M-
over the years.
mishaps,
So
yeah.
I suppose we're up to mid-20s,
yeah
late 20s.
yeah. I would say it was mostly we talked about my addiction
Yep.
and it just
And sort of dealing with the adoption,
Yeah.
things like that.
so I think I was around and I was to do a disclaimer also for the part one that I know people that listening to that and this sexual interaction with my foster mother and many people would see it as, oh, this is very traumatic and so on.
Yep.
In my view on it, because it's Mary therapist and so on has been pushing this on me, that this is a trauma, I think it's how you see it is how you're going to react on it.
You're the
Yeah.
one who's going to either have the issues with it or
Yeah.
not, and it's how
Yeah.
you've sort of dealt with it yourself, and
And
how you've seen it. So.
but if you twist it around in society, if it was a 40-year-old man and it was a 16-year-old
girl, it's sort of
then
little
it's
bit.
twisted around little,
Yeah.
but that was not the case.
Yep.
So
um,
just want to say that.
it's kind of there, so
But let's go to how my dream has been since adoption, since I was 6 years old, that find my family in Sri Lanka.
Yep.
And I didn't, because of all the problems I caused and the addiction. I couldn't really find a way, but this must have been around 2008. I'm 28 years old.
Yep.
I'd been clean for a while, little over 1 year.
Okay.
And
Was that from sort of the rehab that you were talking about?
no,
last
that was
time?
later on.
Yep.
I was deep involved in 12-step and went to meetings and doing all this service and everything. And everything went pretty well
Yep.
for me. And I had one friend. We both working in the restaurant business.
Okay.
And he asked me if I want to work with him over the summer. And I said yes. Working as a chef in a very popular place on an island close to my home
Okay.
in Sweden. And this is, I don't know what you think about dreams in general and when you're sleeping
Yep.
and so on. But we open up this restaurant in April. The season starts around June.
So you're so his actual restaurant owner.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
okay.
a sommelier. He's really well known in
Yep.
the restaurant business.
Yep.
And I've been working as a head waiter and bartender and all this,
Yep.
everything. But we open it because I haven't worked as a chef.
Okay. Yep.
So we open up the restaurant in April. The season starts in June.
Okay. Yep.
And just to get a head start so I can understand the tempo.
Get the feel for it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yep.
But the weird thing was one night I had this dream. And I dreamed about a person that went to my Swedish little brother's class. His name is Jonas. And
It's always funny when you still, even 20 years later, you still actually remember the dream.
It's because this was such an impact on me. And the dream is so simple. We meet in the dream on the basketball court
Yep.
at our old school.
Okay.
He says his name, I say my name. That's it. And I wake up like like somebody have pushed me
Yeah,
down under
yep.
the surface and just gasping for air. And I just, why do I react so much to a dream? And what is going on here?
Yep.
3 days later, we get an order in the restaurant. I make the order and everything. And I put the plates up for my friends to go out serve. And I look out in the restaurant and this guy sitting there who I dreamed about
Okay, and you'd never...
I haven't seen him for 10 years.
Oh, okay, so yeah, it is someone that you knew, but...
Yeah, he went to my brother's class, and
Yep.
I haven't seen him for 10 years, and I just almost dropped the plates, and just...
Yeah, that's creepy.
What is going on then? And my friend say, what's going on with you? And I take the plates.
Yep.
So I went out, and he just, hey, Martin. And I just, this is super weird. I dreamt about you 3 days ago, and we meet at school, and we just shake hands, and now you're sitting here.
Yeah.
And he just, yeah.
Unless you had seen him at some point, sort of, it was just in the back of your head.
I have no memories, and I've been thinking about it. Did I go through some old school things, or did somebody talk about him or something? But nothing. What I can remember, but it could be a normal explanation. But he was in my dream,
sort of,
and he's sitting there 3 days. But I haven't seen him for 10 years or something.
Yeah.
And we start talking and everything. Then he gives me his business card and says, I have job for you in to the autumn if you want. But I already decide with my partner that we're going to go to Norway and we're going to work. But he said, keep this card. And I said, but I already not keep this card, he said. Okay, I keep that card. Everything goes pretty fine, and we start the season, and everything goes good.
So did you know him pretty well when you were younger? So
Pretty well. We lived in the same, and and everything. The season starts well, and everything. Then I made a mistake. I meet one of my exes. That is, she likes cocaine.
Okay.
A lot.
All right.
And she's super beautiful.
Okay.
Like super.
Recipe for the disaster.
Yes, the perfect recipe for disaster. Yeah. And of course, like we start hooking up, and then everything just going downward. And I relapsed, and it's in April I meet this guy, and this is August. I remember waking up in her apartment with a glass of wine. And I don't know, I just, where the fuck am I?
Yep.
And I see her doing some weird things because she's high on tablets or something, pills.
Okay.
And I'm obviously also high like a kite. And I just look at the watch and I just, oh shit, it's morning. So I just supposed to be at work in 20 minutes, and it's about 10 kilometers. So I just jump in the car.
Not the stolen car.
no, I had driving license and everything. But drunk driving is not so good, I guess. But I get to the work and everything. But because I have taken tablets, they start going out. So I call a friend. Hey, you need to come here with speed.
So he coming down from it.
And I just want to up because I have 12 hours of work to do.
Okay.
So he come deliver 1 gram of speed, and I remember so well because I've been clean for over a year, and I just line up this on the toilet like this, and I just tell myself, now you're here again, doing the same mistakes, doing the same.
So how long were you clean for prior to meeting up with her?
Maybe 14, 15 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and I just, now you're doing this. And my brain's like, you need to wake up. So I just snorted that. And then I don't remember anything.
Okay.
I don't remember anything until 5 o'clock. The boss of this place just come into the kitchen and just tell me, you can turn the stove on, you can pack your things, and you're not welcome here anymore.
Okay.
And I just, shit. And I don't remember what I'm done. To this day, I know I was out in the restaurant and screaming at somebody.
Okay.
But
because see, I've never taken drugs like that, so I can't really sort of
learn from my mistakes. And it's still so embarrassing, I think, because I don't remember.
Yep.
But I call my friends, they pick me up, and they know me all my life, more or less, and they say, we never seen you in this
state.
No, you was just out.
Yeah.
So I'm super depressed because now everything is fucked. We're gonna go to Norway and work. Everything's gonna be super. We're gonna make. We made a lot of money, but now I fucked everything up.
Yep.
And because my partner, he's also a recovering
drug addict.
Yeah.
As well.
So and he's been clean longer than me, and I just failed him. He went to Stockholm, give all the responsibility to me, and I fuck everything up. So
As it this the business, business part. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he has to come back home and take over everything. So I think it took over 2 years before he talked to me again. It took a long time.
Yeah.
But so I get depressed, and after 4 days or something, just sitting in my apartment, just doing drugs, try to forget about everything, I come up with the idea. Let's
still
go.
with this girl, or
no, I don't know where she went. I have no. I don't remember.
Oh, so when you say you were going to Norway, this is with the business partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's summer season, and then we go up to the north and do the winter season.
Yep.
That's the good thing about Scandinavia. You have the summer season to do the summer restaurant thing, and then you go up in the north.
Okay.
To doing the snowboarding and all
seasonal,
this. Yeah.
I suppose like here.
Yeah.
A little bit in a way. So.
Yeah. So I've been locked in for 3 days in my apartment just doing drugs, and I asked, okay, I go out and go buy some wine or something like that. And I put my hoodie up and sunglasses, and I just walk, and I walk through a shop to come to the wine store, and then suddenly I feel a hand on my shoulders, and I turn around, and now it's this guy again.
The one from the dream.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And he just pulled my glasses down like this, and he just, oh, he say, I have no idea why I'm doing this, but not tomorrow, the next day after tomorrow, I'm going to be at this restaurant because I've been on a wedding, and I'm always eating pizza when I'm hungover at this place.
Yep.
12 o'clock, you meet me there.
Yep.
And I just, what the fuck is this? How is he just showing up from nowhere? And it's a half year between April and August, almost a half year.
Yep.
So I showed up there, and he says again, I don't know why I'm doing it, but it's something that tells me I need to do this for you.
Okay.
And the job that I offered you when I saw you in April, I still have that. But I also see which state you are in. You are high, you are totally a wreck, but you need to come out, you need to move from this city. Yep. So this is my offer. This is, I think, a Thursday. He say, on Monday, I'm leaving from Malmö up to Norway. You have a seat in the car. Sort out everything you need to sort out from today to Monday. Put yourself on the train and come with me to Norway. This is one chance. I'm not going to wait for you or anything. This is the opportunity to leave this town, start a new life, doing something else.
Yep.
And but a girlfriend.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. She can come after, but you need to go.
Yep.
Just sort this out.
So did he know about sort of the drug problems and everything prior?
Yeah. He didn't know really how bad it was, I guess.
What extent, but
I looked like a fucking freak.
You can tell.
I was just destroyed.
Yep.
So, and I didn't have so much money, and I asked, how am I gonna sort this out? So I asked him, how much money do I need? Well, 1,500 euros. That will come, make you, that will sort it out. And I said, how the fuck am I going to
So he still hadn't really told you why you're coming or anything, or?
No, he just said I work at this company. And
to come, yep.
Yeah. So I just called one friend I know. This is also so weird. We hadn't talked in a bit. And I just called him and I just said, I need help. And he just say, how much?
All right, yep.
And I asked, 1,500 euros. I'm sitting in my garden drinking champagne. You can come and pick it up whenever you want.
Got some good friends.
Yeah.
So
I have some solid friends, really.
Do you still keep in touch? With these?
I still thank them. I still thank them for this. And I told him, I can't pay you back. You pay back when you can.
Yep.
Where you going? I'm going to Norway. Okay, fine. Okay. Here's the money. Pay me back. Just have contact with me and pay what you can monthly.
Yep.
So I rent out my apartment, and then I just take the train to Malmö, go with him up to Norway, and before the border, we're gonna fill up the tank, and it was very cloudy, and we're standing and looking at each other over the rooftop of the car, and the clouds just open up and the sun just shining on us.
Yep.
And he asked me, what do you really want to do? What do you really, really want to do? And I asked, I want to go back to Sri Lanka, find my family and move there. Okay, then you do that. And I say, what? No, Now you have the opportunity. Just do that.
So you didn't actually go and do this work with the guy, or was this while you were doing the work with him?
Yeah, I just want to get away.
Yeah.
Really. And I didn't, because I was so impacted of the dream, and that he shows up twice.
Yep.
And
but so you went to, because see, I don't know the names of these. So you went up there with him.
Yeah.
And so you were there for a little while doing the work.
No, I just moved there.
Okay. You just wait.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we went directly up to Norway. So from me to outside Oslo, I think it's about 250 kilometers or something like that.
Okay.
Oh no, it's more. It's outside Oslo anyway. But the problem was that Norway is super expensive.
Yeah, it is.
1,500 euros was not enough, and I lived with him and his friends for in a small room apartment.
Yep.
And this friend's girlfriend and my boss.
One bedroom for 5 people.
So it was a mess, and this guy didn't like me. So I didn't want to make a mess. Some people don't like you. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Yep.
So I asked my boss, Jonas, is it okay if I sleep at work? I bring this air mattress and just sleep there until I get some money, and I can, because in Norway you need to pay deposit for an apartment, and I didn't have money for deposit. You say deposit?
Yeah, deposit. Yeah, bond.
Yeah,
deposit.
bond. Yeah,
same. Yep.
So
key money, I think they say.
Yeah, key money is key money.
And it's like 6 months.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like,
that's a long
like
time.
6 months key deposit to rent something for like a year.
That's weird. A lot of money. So I ended up on this air mattress in the locker room at this company.
Yep.
And after 2 weeks, I can't move. I was sleeping on this mattress. So one of the guys I'm working with, one morning, I have a surprise for you. And he brought me a sofa.
Oh,
and
really?
Then, and he put that in the kitchen.
Yep.
We have that work. And because it was very convenient for the other people, because they living far away, now I could open up the store.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I could close, and they can go earlier and come later.
Yeah, so I suppose it works for everybody a little bit.
So I lived there for 7 months.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And just worked.
Yep.
We are open from 8 in the morning to 8 in the night, and I just worked. Weekends, everything. And I just collected so much money I could. And you remember I told you about the debt I had when
the 30,000 or something.
So I just paid off that.
Yep.
Yeah, I just paid, and then the tax money come back, and I just had around $10,000 or something. And this must be in November, so you've gone 1 year, something like a little more of 1 year, and I just say, now I'm going to Sri Lanka.
Okay.
So I just quit that job, took my money, and let's see what happened. Yeah, so I just traveled to Sri Lanka. We brought my adoptions paper and everything.
So just you by yourself or with other people?
This is how I planned the journey.
Yep.
I'm going to go to Sri Lanka to find my family. I'm going to India to find myself. And I'm going to go to Brazil to do an ayahuasca ceremony, because I met this guy.
That stuff's meant to be crazy, that
it is.
Ayahuasca.
It is.
Have you actually done it?
Yeah, I done that.
How'd you go with it? Sort of pretty crazy, or?
It's one of the most powerful.
Yeah, well, that's what I've read.
Psychedelic, but it's so different from the other psychedelics.
Yep.
We can jump into that topic.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, save that.
Because
next episode.
That's
probably a whole episode itself. So.
Interesting. Ayahuasca is interesting. So I went to Mount Lavinia. You have
been to lived there for a little bit, sort of Dehiwala, Mount Lavinia area.
So you know the Mount Lavinia Hotel, I guess.
Yeah.
So my mother and father, they lived there when they adopted me.
Okay. In the actual hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they lived there because the court was in Mount Lavinia.
Yep.
Because they went to court and blah 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 to get me adopted.
Yeah. Okay.
So I stayed there like I don't know, show respect because
Yeah.
they stay there and
Yeah.
everything. But when I was there, 2007, I met these two guys working at Mont Lavinia Beach for the hotel, selling seashells and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And they told me that if I want to find my family, bring the papers. But this is 2007.
Okay.
But I
okay.
just, let's try and see if they are there.
Yep.
I go down on the beach and I walk like 50 meters and I see them just waving their hands. And they go, "Whoa, we talked about you last week and if you're going to come back or whatever."
Yep.
And they just directly, "Did you bring your adoptions paper?" Yeah. And I ran up to the hotel room, brought the papers and the photo of my mother.
So you met them 2007.
Yeah.
So this was still 2007.
No, this is 2011.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So
yeah.
this is 4 years later. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a good memory. A lot of these guys.
So they just...
I won't see some. I'll see someone once.
Yeah.
And then like 5 years later, they're like, "Oh, you're back again." I'm like,
who are you?
yeah. But no, they're good. So
Yeah,
a lot of these guys. So.
And I was a little worried because everybody say that they're gonna help you with this and that.
Yeah, you got to.
But they was very
careful.
genuine, but about that. But it really told me directly also that this is how it's gonna work. If we go around now and say there is a Swedish adopted kid, Sri Lankan, everybody wants a piece of the cake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And gonna try to cheat you, show you're the wrong mother, and I just, what are you talking? No, this is how it works. So this is how we do it. You keep yourself in the background. We take a copy of lots of copies of your mother's photograph, and you just sit in the tuk-tuk and shut up.
Yep.
And we went around because I was born in Morotua.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
just next
Yeah. I know. Yep.
So we just went around, and the next day somebody called, "Oh, we have your mother, and we can meet here." And these two my friends, we meet at the police station, and they just click.
Yep.
And that happens maybe 2-3 more times that they try to cheat in that way.
The same people, you mean,
I don't
or
know.
just all different?
Yeah,
you're
all
getting-
different.
Yeah, yep.
But then we went for one round more, and somebody that we had met and saw the photo recognized my mother's picture because they live neighbors
Yep.
when he was little.
Okay.
And
Okay. Yep.
And
It's always the way
yeah,
here. Like it's crazy how that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
it-
It
it-
happens. It seems to happen all the time. Like even with my grandparents, and like there's all these little things. They remember this and remember this and remember. Like it's
it's amazing.
It's a very small world. Sri
Yeah,
Lanka.
it is, and I think it's just you live so.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody sort of
tight.
seems to know everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody just goes to school together, works, knows this, knows like someone's
it's
uncle's
gossips.
friend and
And it
uncle's
gossip.
friend's neighbor, best friend knows this, and it's sort of
Yeah, it's a big,
all
big
connected.
family.
yeah.
It's a big family, Sri
Yep.
Lanka, that's for sure. So no, then it happens again that someone called and yes, "Oh, we find your mother," and I get quite disappointed. Here I'm coming to my homeland.
Any of the ones prior had anything sort of gone? Had you actually gone to meet, or
no,
it's just phone
no.
calls? sort of just coming in?
When they didn't want to meet at the police station,
yeah,
my
then
friend
you know,
said no,
yep,
no.
yeah.
And we had one more call of that, and I just, what is going on here? So I just rolled myself a joint on the beach in Mont Lavinia, had myself a whiskey, then I smoked a joint and fall asleep. And then Patrick, one of the names of these guys who's helping me,
Yep.
he just tapped on my shoulder, "It's time." And I'm little off of the smoke and the drink, and I time for lunch, I think.
Yeah.
And I, I'm hungry. And he just, no, they found your mother. And it just, it was so surreal. And because what's going on? Just waking up.
Yeah.
And I just, what? They found your mother. It's not, no. They are willing to come to police station and papers. And
I suppose you
everything.
don't sort of want to get your hopes up at that
No.
point as well, because
I was
until
just,
it's actually
okay,
done.
Okay. So I just fine, okay, we go. So we go to the police station, and they tell me you need to go into the police officer, the chief of command, and tell him what you're doing here, so you can explain. You need to show papers and all this, so it's not some rip off.
Yeah, not some scam.
So I go into his office, and I want to keep this very quiet and not making a big scene of everything. And I come into his office, and he's a tall, muscling man, like big, like 2 meters tall.
Sri Lankan guy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's super big man. And I tell him his story, and he gets so excited. So he has his arms coming out like this, and he has papers flying, and he goes, wow, you're coming back after so many years. Oh, you're going to find your family. Oh, you're going to meet your mother. Oh, this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then he just take me, like force me out and open the doors, and just screaming to everybody that's outside.
Yeah.
This man coming back from Sweden, and he had found his mother, and now he's going to help them, and blah, 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 blah. And I just, oh shit, what's going on there? And my mother is not even there yet.
Yeah.
So I asked, maybe this is not this.
Not the best idea to let everybody know.
But then I go out and sit in the tuk-tuk and wait, and it takes forever. I get hungry, I go and get some food. And then I come back, and then suddenly this white van showing up on the street.
Yep.
And I just get this feeling that must be them. So my mother opened the door, and she's going around, and I go out, and it's maybe 20 meters between us, and we just look at each other.
Yeah.
And because I'm 32 years old now, or 31. 31, is it 2011?
Yeah.
And just think how many times I've been thinking about that through my life, meeting my mother. So
30 years in the making, sort of thing.
And the brain is more a reflector of past memory.
Yep.
And it's just trying to find some similar things going on.
Yep.
But it's
some
just
connection.
It's just and everything just went quiet, just silent.
Yep.
And it's a busy road, Gold Road outside and lots of prostitutes and everything everywhere, and just on this police station, but everything just went silent.
Okay.
And I see my mother just coming to me, and we just stop like 50 meters and just look at each other like this. And then I just feel one teardrop coming. And then it's like somebody just opened the gates.
And that
boom!
was yep.
And she's crying, I crying, and it's just pouring. It felt like a crying from my nose and ears and everything.
Yeah.
And I just, what is going on? And my brain still can't handle it.
Yeah, yep.
So we just sit in the tuk-tuk, and she just looks at me, and the first word is like, are you mad at me? Are you angry with me?
Yeah.
And I just know.
I suppose, for her as well.
Yeah.
It would have been as...
That's the
deal,
first word, are you angry with me? And I just, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then, what are you doing here? I'm here to find you, to see you.
Yep.
And this is 3 days after I land in Sri Lanka. So, but before I land in Sri Lanka, I spent 2 days partying in Amsterdam. So I'm like,
you're still like coming down and everything.
And she just, because I did like this or something, she just looked at me. You doing drugs? And I just,
mother always knows.
Yes, so. I just, that's my mother, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And she asked, what we do now? And I said, well, I had these people help me to find you, and I want to
compensate them.
And I want to go out and have dinner with them and so on, and then you can pick me up, and we sort it out from there.
Yeah.
So we go out and have this super party, dancing on the tables, and just big dinner, and just having a blast. And then in the morning, my mother and my cousins pick me up, and they drive me to this fancy house. And I asked, what the fuck are you living in this beautiful house? No. I don't want to take you home because I feel ashamed. I'm very poor. And I said,
okay, yeah.
But I want to live with you. I don't want to live with my cousins. But she said, yes, this is Sri Lanka. Take it easy 3 days here, and then we can go home. So everything is pretty surreal. So
what were you thinking then with your Swedish sort of parents? Were you in touch with them through this whole thing.
I directly, I think, after I found my mother, I texted them and I called them.
Yeah, I suppose back then, you couldn't just WhatsApp or anything.
There was not WhatsApp, Facebook.
Actually, true. Yeah.
But I called them. It was pretty cheap to call from Sri Lanka to Sweden. Those days. Oh, I just had money. Could be that also. And so I talked to them, and they were super happy for me and so on. But it was so weird because suddenly the dream is just there.
Yeah, it's in reality.
Yeah.
All those years.
And I'm sitting in my mother's picture, and this is so strange. Like, I did it. And
yeah, well, I suppose it doesn't always work out that way when someone wants to find their family in a foreign country 30 years later. So
I heard so many stories of people that tried and get ripped off.
Yep.
And when they get, because the people have asked them for money, and then they just in the end what is this, and then they take DNA test, and it's not
and I suppose
family.
at the time they don't want to sort of think that they need to take a DNA test to prove it or anything. They just want to sort of believe.
Yeah.
And
but that was one of the hardest thing to accept with Sri Lanka, I think, for me. I don't say that Scandinavian people don't rip each other off. Yeah. Everybody do, but not in a way like here.
Yeah.
And playing on this, oh, you are like us and blah blah blah. You're Sri Lankan, and then just backstab you in that
advantage.
Way. Yeah. I thought that was because I had this dream about being adopted and never felt like home in Sweden.
Yeah, and you sort of felt, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Sort of,
and like my dream was like, when I come to Sri Lanka, I'm gonna feel home. I'm gonna be with my people.
Yep.
And the first thing mostly I experience is get backstabbed by my own people.
Yep.
And it really make me very, very sad.
Yeah.
Really like, oh shit, I need to watch everything I say, what I share with people, what I like. And they're supposed to be my people, but I understand it's a poor country and so on, but still.
Yeah, sort of taking advantage of people in like that sort of emotional way.
Yeah.
Sort of, it's like. Sort of,
and I don't say everybody is like that, but
it is common. It
is common.
So, I mean, it happens to me as well.
Yeah.
And they don't believe that I'm Sri Lankan.
No.
I mean, as well. And when I tell them so it's sort of a little bit different as well.
Yeah, and it really it hurt me a lot.
Oh, it does. Yeah, I know that. I know the feeling. So
because it was just fuck. I can't feel home here either.
Yeah. Yep. No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Where do because it's always been this identity thing.
Yeah.
Because in Sweden, half of my friends see me as a Swedish.
Yeah.
Because I'm just acting like a Swede.
Yeah.
And then my immigrants friend, they see me a little different.
Yeah.
And so on. And as an adopted, you always walk this thin line between Swedish and immigrants.
Yep.
And even the immigrants that living a long time in Sweden, acting like they talk perfect Swedish, but when you come home to them, it's the culture showing, the food cooking and the traditions and everything.
Yeah.
But so it was so confusing, and then when I came here, and I never felt so Swedish.
Yeah. Yep.
Ever as I did. Oh shit! I'm so Swedish and so Scandinavian.
Yep.
Like
nothing here makes sense at all.
Nothing. Nothing. My behavior, how I'm acting, how I'm walking, how my body language is. Everything just.
And you sort of feel on edge, like you don't want to offend somebody by doing something wrong that you're not meaning. Like I know, sort of.
And there's so many these social codes, like with olders and
I know. Yeah, that's a real thing here. Like in a big way. Like I feel that until you're about 40, you're treated like a child. In a lot of like they'll always when I meet like someone for some reason when my dad's here,
Yeah.
like he's then like the man of the family and everything, and I'm the son.
Yeah.
Sort of even though I'm the one doing everything.
Yeah.
It's this weird sort of still this very much father son dynamic
Yeah.
things, even though I'm 33 years old.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's just very very different.
Yeah, and it just blew my mind how it's working and everything. And I remember one thing, because after when I lived 3 days, then I
Yeah.
just suddenly just, whoa, I haven't asked if I have a sibling. So I just, hey,
Yeah,
do you have a
yep.
sibling?
Yep.
Yeah, you have a sister.
Okay.
You had a brother, but he died.
Yep.
Okay, and so where is my sister? How's she coming?
Yep.
And she was just,
So this is a full-blooded
yeah,
sister. as
yeah,
in both
same mother,
parents,
same father.
Okay. Yep.
And because I'm the oldest, then my brother Mali, and then Nangi. Because my brother is dead,
Yep.
people call Nangi, my sister, and tell, hey, your brother is here.
Oh, yeah.
And she
yeah.
just, what the
He
fuck?
went-
He's dead. Why are
Yeah.
you calling this bullshit to me?
Yeah.
And just hang up the
So
phone.
she didn't when your mum was going down to see you, they didn't let her know at that time.
No, because
Or
she was at work, so I don't think my mother had a phone with her. It was something.
It was
going.
I suppose
Yeah.
Yep.
So everything was very like spontaneous.
Chaotic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they come evening, and I just want to hug my sister. My sister just what?
Yeah,
you don't
I'd
hug
be
me.
very- yeah.
Yes.
She'd probably be as sus as what you
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
It's a bit. What's going on here?
So I think it took like 1 day or something.
How much younger was
It's
she?
4 years
4
between
years.
us.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yep.
So and my brother and me was 2 years.
Those two. Yep.
But the next day because we have the same nose, she just touched my nose, and then okay, we are okay.
You can tell.
Yeah. So but then I moved home to them. They live in Polga Sovita outside Piliandala.
Okay. Yep.
And it was no windows or doors in the house, and it was
Oh, really? Okay,
it was 1 room or 2 rooms with electricity. It was
Very just local.
yeah, it was less. Just
Yep.
no doors, no windows, no nothing. Like,
Okay.
and I just, oh shit! And I've been living in Norway for a good amount of time, and I
Yeah.
just, but then I also was used to living at this stupid floor and a sofa. So I just,
sure,
oh, whatever.
Yep.
But because I had little money, I just asked him, hey, what do you want to do here? We want a bathroom, because it was just a hole, and
Yeah.
so they want a bathroom. So we start renovating the house, and I didn't do it. I just paid for it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
so the house is pretty nice now.
Yeah.
But then this all, because I didn't understand the family dynamic.
Yeah. It is. Yep.
and
Very
my-
very different to the sort of Western countries.
yeah, and
Pretty
I
nice.
didn't understand this mother and son relationship,
Okay.
because it's like the mother and the son is very
Very
like
close. Like
yeah, and so she started favoriting me so much, and of course I have been gone.
Mummy's boy sort of
Yeah.
thing. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and it was just, and then everything just went crazy in the family, because we was my mother, my sister's husband, my mom, the sister.
Do they have any kids? Or-
Now they have.
yeah, they do.
no.
Okay. Yep.
And my grandmother in the same house, and me.
Yep.
So,
In like a one little room. sort
2
of-
rooms,
Sure.
and everything just went very weird. And
Because I suppose you wouldn't have spoken Sinhalese.
no.
How was their English? Sort of minimal, or
I would say that body language is
a lot of pointing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
but I would say, I don't know, we managed it.
Yeah.
My mother been living abroad like a maid for many years, so she could read not Swedish, English,
Yep.
and some Arabic words that I could translate also. And my sister had studied the English; she just needed to refresh.
Okay.
So
okay.
so after a
Yeah.
while we could
Yeah,
be.
Yep.
But so I stayed there for 3 months until my money was finished,
Yep.
and I was, oh shit, my money is finished.
Okay.
I,
So this is still 2011.
yeah,
this point.
2012
Yeah,
it
yeah.
must be, I went November 6th. I found them, and then I stayed over the New Year.
Yep.
Yeah, because I went to Hikadua and party 2011, 2012.
Okay.
This
Okay.
New Year. But it was so confusing, and then going back home, it was very like, oh shit, I need to leave this now, and how to do this, and what's going on, and
Yeah. What's sort of the next step? I
Yeah.
suppose, from there.
but I just went back to Norway with I remember like when I realized, oh shit, my money is out, I just went out one night, smoked a joint as all normal. Always a joint.
Something different.
Yeah.
So,
And just look up the stars and just thank universe, thank you for this super experience. Like
Yeah.
this is whatever. This is just my dream come true. But now my money is out, and I don't ask that somebody gonna give me this money. I really gave my family this because I want them to live. But I need to get the money back somehow. So I need a job when I'm coming back
yeah.
to Norway.
Yep.
So I went back to Norway, but then these family issues started of some reason, because I think I just got misunderstood. So like I don't know what happened, but suddenly people turned at me and started to blame.
When they knew you were going.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I just told, they wrote this long letter and explained that lots of weird things, that they were angry at me and things.
As in here in short.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were angry.
And I asked, why are you angry at me? I did not ask for anything. I haven't done anything, but you should be like this. No, I shouldn't be anything.
Yeah.
I just wrote them back a long letter.
So you were over back in Sweden.
Norway.
Oh, in
Norway,
Norway.
yeah.
By then. Yep.
And I just wrote them, I don't owe you shit. You don't owe me either. I like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me what to do or not to do. I'm a grown man now.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mother gave me away. This is the results of giving somebody away to a total different culture.
Yep.
This is how.
So they sort of expected you to then just be like a normal Sri Lankan, is sort of what it was, without
Yeah.
thinking that you didn't grow up in
No.
Flan. It doesn't make any sense to you.
Yeah, and I remember, so before I going home, after when we meet all the cousins and everything, and we're sitting in a round ring and everybody is talking and blah blah blah,
Yep.
and I just look around and everybody looks like me, like skin color and everything, but I'm just different.
Yeah.
And this is the same feeling I had in the first grade when I'm going to the
But
schoolyard.
the opposite, the other way around,
Yeah.
I suppose.
And I
Yeah.
just, what the fuck, universe? What is going on
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Why was he just playing with me?
Yeah.
And it was so confusing. Like this castle in the sky I had built up, that everything just gonna solve my problems with my identity and how I'm gonna feel. Now I'm gonna feel whole and
Yeah.
everything. And to be honest, doing that trip and finding my family and really find my roots screwed me over more than being not
Then
consci-
having never actually
Yeah.
found it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so hard to handle.
Yeah.
It was so, like, if I thought my life was hard by not knowing, knowing,
yeah, it is even 10 times harder. Yeah.
it was just ruthless. I could wake up in the night and just, why did I open this door?
So when you went back to Norway,
Yeah.
then did you have much contact with
Yeah,
your
yeah.
Swedish family?
My Swedish family, we talked a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But we always had a very, because I did so much
Yeah,
stupid,
so,
and
yeah.
we never been on the same line, like
Yeah,
we're super
yeah.
connected ever. But we had contact, and I visited them and all,
Yeah.
and went home a couple of times and so on. But I tried to stay in Norway and just work out some more money.
Yep.
But at the same time, then my mother has some issues with the family, and it's just, and at the same time, I had to deal with my feelings, because I just, what is going on inside me?
Yep.
Why do I feel so like
It's unsettled. Sort
yeah,
of. Yeah, like you
super
just,
unsettled, and just my mood went so up and down, and I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
really
sort of like a real bipolar type thing.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
one
yeah.
day's good, the next day, yeah.
exactly
Yeah.
like that, and
Yeah.
I just shit this could, and I was so disappointed. Like I found my family, and I went to Sri Lanka. I did all this, and in my mind, everything gonna be fine, and everything is 1,000 times worse now.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
fucking maniac. My mind is depressed. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah.
I just, oh my god, I didn't feel
I
good.
suppose, yeah, it's hard when you sort of feel that figuring something in particular out is going to then solve everything. And then when you actually put in that position to then figure that out, it doesn't fix anything.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
just like,
yes,
you're like,
such
this,
a-
like coming to Sri Lanka will fix everything. And then you come here and then it just...
I was so disappointing.
Yeah, yeah.
But also this. I today I feel, but to be honest, I felt regret, really. Like,
Okay.
why did I open this door?
Yeah, yeah.
And no offense, mother, sister, and family.
Just that, yeah. I mean, at
It's
that,
just
at
my
that
honest
time,
feeling.
yeah, yeah.
Because it was so. I can't even explain. It was. I was so.
I've felt the same way here, obviously for different reasons, but no, I know what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
there's been times where I'm like, I would have just been better off not even coming.
Yeah.
Like, I've felt that at times.
Yeah, and it's so hard because this building up this.
Yeah, in your head, yeah. And then you're trying to just continue to just tell yourself, you know, it's fine, like, it'll get better, it just doesn't, and it's just like, you know,
And
and then
I
it's, yeah,
just, how am I gonna figure this out? Really,
yep.
is this gonna?
Yep.
But then.
Did you want to do a part 3? We're at
Yeah,
nearly
we
50 minutes
oh,
again.
we
so
can do
to
it.
go
Yeah.
through- go through again.
Uh,
So I suppose that's, first one was the early years.
Yeah.
This is now the first meet.
Yeah.
And you've gone back now.
Yeah,
Gone back to Norway now.
Yeah.
So,
Then we have the
Supposedly.
part when I move.
yeah, when you move here. So
Like-
this
like-
is actually, it's a lot, like it's an interesting story. So
Yeah, and I'm sorry to drag it out, but it's
No,
also
it's not like
it's
it's-
my life, so I
Yeah.
really want to not shortcut it in a way. So
Yeah. No, that's good.
50 minutes already.
50, well, yep, 47, 40.
Ah,
so
perfect.
we're sort of same as last time. So, all right, we'll leave it there, guys.
Yeah,
So,
See you guys next
see
time.
you. Yep.
Part 3.
Episode 1 still,
Yeah,
part
part
3
3.
next time. So,
Thank you.
yep.